Thus, picture the South China Sea, a vital global superhighway. Trillions in trade flow through here every year, connecting Asia to the world. If blocked, global prices would soar and supply chains would snap. But it's not just about shipping. Beneath the waves lie vast oil and gas reserves, energy that could shape nations' futures. The sea also feeds millions, with rich fisheries supporting entire communities. But overlapping claims, especially China's sweeping Nine-Dash Line, turn these waters into a geopolitical flashpoint. Disputes over resources and fishing rights fuel constant tension. China, the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei all stake claims, but international law doesn't recognize China's vast assertion. This isn't just a body of water, it's a strategic chessboard, a treasure chest, and a lifeline for millions. Here, the ambitions of small nations and global powers collide. The South China Sea is a place where a single spark could ignite a global crisis. The world is watching. At the center of the latest standoff is a rusting ship, the BRP Sierra Madre. The Philippines grounded it on 2nd Thomas Shoal in 1999 to assert its claim. Filipino Marines endure harsh conditions to hold this outpost, a symbol of sovereignty. China calls it an illegal occupation and surrounds the shoal with powerful Coast Guard ships. Their blockade aims to starve out the Marines by blocking supplies. Tensions have escalated. Chinese ships use water cannons and dangerous maneuvers to deter Philippine resupply missions. Each clash is broadcast worldwide, a David versus Goliath struggle. Despite hardship, the Marines stand firm, backed by a 2016 international tribunal ruling in the Philippines' favor. China rejects the ruling, fueling a tense standoff. The Sierra Madre, decaying and isolated, has become the flashpoint in a high-stakes international drama. The world holds its breath as the confrontation intensifies. The fate of this rusting ship could shape the region's future. The stakes are higher than ever. The world is watching. The U.S. is deeply invested, bound to the Philippines by a mutual defense treaty. Recent Chinese aggression has tested this alliance. The U.S. warns any attack on Philippine vessels could trigger its defense commitments. In response, America has deployed its most powerful force to the region, a full carrier strike group, nuclear submarines, and advanced aircraft. This is more than a show of force, it's a strategic repositioning. The U.S. is strengthening ties with allies, increasing joint exercises, and securing new base access. The message to China is clear. Further aggression will come at a high cost. The balance of power in the South China Sea has shifted. The world's two biggest militaries now face off in these contested waters. The risk of miscalculation is real. The stage is set for a showdown between giants. The stakes could not be higher. The world is watching. This conflict is fought with technology, not just ships and planes. The U.S. carrier group is a fortress of electronic warfare, jamming, spoofing, and tracking every move. China counters with advanced missiles, satellites, and drones, creating a deadly kill chain. Both sides deploy decoys, electronic countermeasures, and surveillance drones in a silent, invisible battle. High-altitude drones and satellites watch every move, while submarines prowl below, hunting and evading detection. China is rapidly improving its anti-submarine warfare, deploying sensors and aircraft to track U.S. subs. The South China Sea is now a high-stakes arena for surveillance, deception, and stealth. Every signal, every move, could trigger escalation. The tension is constant, a digital and physical chess match. The world's most advanced militaries are locked in a game of shadows. The risks are enormous. One wrong move could have catastrophic consequences. The world is watching. The battle extends into cyberspace, a war fought with code, not bullets. US and Chinese hackers constantly probe for weaknesses, aiming to disrupt command systems or steal secrets. A single cyber attack could cripple a warship, blind a fleet, or send missiles off course. Both sides invest billions in cyber defense and offense, racing to patch vulnerabilities and develop new digital weapons. China is accused of cyber espionage, seeking to steal military technology and plans. The digital arms race is relentless. Every new system is a potential target. Cyber war isn't limited to the military. Power grids, banks, and communications are all at risk. Hybrid warfare blurs the line between peace and conflict. The first shots in a future war may come from a keyboard, not a cannon. The digital battlefield is everywhere, all the time. The stakes are global. The world is watching. The South China Sea is at a crossroads. One path, a tense stalemate with blockades, confrontations, and constant risk of escalation. Another, a diplomatic breakthrough. ASEAN and global pressure could lead to a code of conduct, lowering tensions. The nightmare open conflict if China forcibly removes the Sierra Madre, triggering U.S. intervention. A U.S.-China clash would be catastrophic for both nations and the world. Most likely, the standoff continues, managed competition, with both sides testing limits but avoiding all-out war. Back-channel diplomacy will intensify as both sides seek to avoid disaster. Their economies are intertwined. War would devastate both. The world economy hangs in the balance. The clock is ticking. The world is watching. The next move could change history. The stakes could not be higher.
Sam Owens says,
This isn't just a regional dispute, it's a test of the global order. Freedom of navigation is at stake. If one nation controls these waters, others may follow. Trillions in trade depend on open seas. Conflict here would send shockwaves worldwide. Supply chains would break, prices would soar, and economies would suffer. This is also a clash of values. International law versus might makes right. The outcome will shape the world our children inherit. A US-China conflict would be catastrophic, destabilizing the Indo-Pacific and beyond. That's why diplomats are racing for a peaceful solution. The rusty ship, the fleets, the cyber battles, they're all part of a larger story. The future of global peace and prosperity hangs in the balance. The world is on edge. The final chapter is still unwritten.